Okay, so here's how to use 99 Designs to get an amazing book cover design for as little as $279. All right, I'm going to walk you through the steps and tell you my best tips and tricks from doing this for my own books and for my clients' books. Okay, so first you want to go to 99 Designs, but if you use this link, you can get $20 off. So I want to show you what that looks like if you use the link. So I have to go to incognito, so I'm not logged in, so you can see what it would look like. It'll pop up like this and it'll say you've got $20 towards your first design, put in your email and then hit get started, and then you can get a $20 discount. And then I also get a $20 credit in return, full disclosure, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. So use that if you'd like. Otherwise, just search 99designs.com if you don't want to use that link. Okay, so let's see, I'm gonna go off of my little instructions so I make sure that I don't miss anything, and also make these instructions available to you if you want to look at them later. Okay, so up here you can just type in book cover, and there's like a million things that you can get designs for, but we're going to work on books. Okay, then click get design. I did that. If you want, you can click right here on see how it works. I'll open it in a new window really fast. Oh, it didn't go in a new window. But you can kind of follow along a little bit of overall ideas. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, this also shows you the pricing and what you get. I usually just go with the bronze, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But these little FAQs down here are really good if you've got questions about like who owns the copyrights. You do. Can use your own images in the book cover, etc. Okay, so those are really good things to read through if this is brand new to you. But otherwise, I want to show you some steps. Okay, so I'm going to click on Get Design. That's right there. FAQs on the bottom. Okay. Here are the options. You can do a physical book, an ebook design, or both. But what I recommend that you do is the physical book only, because the way that the designer will make it, it's going to be one PDF file. It's going to be kind of like a rectangle like this, and it's going to have the front, the spine, and the back all on one page, all on one PDF when they export it. And you'll also get the source file. So you'll get the actual file it's designed in, like Illustrator, Photoshop. Those are usually the main ones they do. And then what you can do is you can just take only the front part, only the front image portion, and cut it just to show that part as another PDF or a JPEG. And you can use that for your ebook cover. So personally, I don't see what the point is of spending an extra $100 to do that. You just use what you've got right there. Okay, so that's my first hack. It'll save you $100 right there. So click on just physical book and hit continue. Now what you're going to do is there's going to be a couple steps, and you're going to be able to share all the stuff that you would like your designer to know. So this first thing here is select some visual images to give the designer an idea of what you like. Quick little personal tip. I don't like books that have a white background because Amazon's background is white, so it just looks like it blends right in. So actually go to Amazon and have a look at books in some categories that your book might show up in, and just get a kind of feel of what the other people are doing. Not necessarily to do exactly what they do, and not necessarily to do completely opposite, but just to see what catches your eye and start noticing sort of good things and bad things about what you see. So one thing, I do not recommend having a white background because it's going to just blend in. Like they even put a little gray background on this one, but it's not going to have that on Amazon. I also like things that have a really strong, bold typography. So like this one, High Ambition in Heels, you can really read that as a small thumbnail, versus like this one, you can't read the title of it from far away. But this visual is super clean and catchy. So either a visual or text or both. Like this one looks like a visual and text is really compelling. So I might say, oh, I like that one. And maybe you kind of like the superhero look, so you can click on that. I'm going to see, what else do I really truly like? Yeah, I would never do this white. This one I picked as an example for a client because we did something with like under the ocean sort of a look. This one's nice and clean. That one looks kind of fun and comic-y or whatever. So it just really depends on what you're going for, but this is nice to give the designers an idea of what catches your eye. Okay, so then you hit continue. And now you can pick up to 3 colors that you'd like, or you can let the designer make suggestions. So maybe I want blue, aqua, and dark neutrals, and hit continue. Okay, so here's where you're going to put in a bunch of information like your title, your name, your bio. You can upload your photo. What genre is this falling under? So if you're one of my clients, it's probably nonfiction. So you're writing a book to really show yourself as the expert, a blurb about the book, and the audience for your book. Then you can click on what you would like on the front cover, what you'd like it on the back cover. Ultimately, it's completely up to you. You don't have to listen to everyone else's opinions about it. Typically on the front cover, title, subtitle, author's name, usually, and then like an image. On the back, often it's blurb, the price with the ISBN number, which we can do in another video, publisher's details, I guess, maybe your author bio, some quotes, testimonial, and even your author photo you could put on there. For spine, watch out. You can only have something on the spine if it is 100 pages or bigger. Because just think, if your book is like really, really teeny, then the spine is so small that they can't get the printing on there to look just right. So keep that in mind if you have a really small book. And then where will you be distributing it? I usually will pick Kindle Direct Publishing because that's the main thing for Amazon, at least to get started. All right, and so then down here, which is cool, what styles would you like? You can just put the slider on what you like in terms of some of these descriptive words. You can write a little bit more detail about what we're looking for. Anything else the designer should avoid. And let me see, I put some notes just to make sure that I gave you my best tips. 9" by 6" is the most common book formatting size. So you might want to put that also in what you're looking for dimensions. The second most common one is 8.5 by 5.5 inches. And then also ask them to have a bleed. If your background isn't white, let's say it's like a red cover background, you want that red cover to go off of the page so that when the printer prints it and they do the cutting, there won't be any edges that don't have like the red all the way to the edge of what the final book will look like. I also like big, easy to read fonts for a small thumbnail view, just as a little tip. Things to avoid: no white background. I personally hate serif fonts in general, like the ones that have like little tails on them. So I personally say, don't give me any serif fonts. That's not a requirement for books. That's just my personal preference. And then I also say no stock photos of people in business suits. I just think that looks stuffy and whatever. So, all right, then down here it says allow stock images. I say yes. Sometimes it will cost you a little extra, but it won't cost you till the very end. So it won't cost you in the designing stage. Just at the very end, if they use a stock photo, let's say you might have to pay $20 or $100 or something for a licensing fee, but it's usually $5. I don't know. But if you're like in love with the design, I think a couple extra bucks won't be too bad. But if you say no, you can put that here. You can provide your own images, or you can even say I'm not sure and then decide later. And then any other helpful files for the designer, those could be other images of books that really catch your eye, or maybe you've drawn a little mock-up on a piece of paper. You can upload that if you have a vision. Other copy you might want to include, etc. Okay, let me see if it'll let me keep going. Okay, cool. So that is step 4 on here. I'm really fast, I will mention before we go to step 5. So all the info is going to be sent to your designers, to all the designers out there, for them to have as reference for creation. And you can get a full refund even after you start seeing designs come through. So there's literally no risk for you to try this. And I think that you're really going to see some happy stuff coming through before you have to make a final decision if you want to move forward. Okay. So number 5, this is for the package. So I usually just do the bronze because I find that I actually get more than 30 designs, and I'm going to show you one extra little boost you can do if you want. And it's a full money back guarantee. So up to a certain point, you can get a full refund. I've done that twice. I try to do and I'll show you my personal account as an example, but I try to do a logo design, and the stuff I was getting, I just didn't like at all. So I said, let me just stop, time out, get a refund and move on, because I just didn't like what I was getting. So it's totally risk-free. Okay, so I always pick the bronze, and if you use the link, so it says $2.99, but if you use the link, you can get the $20 off for your first one. And then you want to create a title for the contest. So check out some of their titles as examples. The copy there can help designers find it and be excited about working on it. And then I skip all this and I click on, sometimes this is collapsed, but it's open right now. So if you see this is collapsed, then there'll be a button right here to click it and open these up. I recommend doing this power pack. It features your contest, gives it a little highlight, writes about it in their blog. I don't know, read their, oh, it says right here, all these 3 things combined. I really like doing that because I do find I get a lot more designs. So in the past one I'll show you, I think I got like 150 or something crazy, like a lot of really amazing designs. So I recommend doing that. So you can still do it for $2.79, but if you add that, then it'll be $3.78, I think. Okay, contest options. So guaranteed, I don't usually do this. It does give people more incentive to participate because they know for sure that they'll get paid if you pick their design. But that means you can't do a refund. So if this is your first time doing it, just leave it unchecked so that you can try it out and start to get more confident. Blind contest, if you don't want designers to see each other's work. I've never done that, but that's cool. Invitation only, I've never done that, but that's cool. Private contest, white labeling, etc. All right, so duration, I usually just leave it as the standard 7 days, and then I hit continue and keep on going. So this one's not gonna let me keep going right now since I didn't pay for anything, but I thought I would show you a past example from my account. And let me see if there's anything else I didn't say on here. Okay, I just have one last big tip. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so in progress. Oh, these are all my little, I did a couple test ones before I shot this video, so I remind myself what they ask for. Okay, so completed as an example. Here is a book cover design, and I haven't published this book yet at the time of recording, but I love the cover. So this is the winning one. It's coming up, and it's very bold typography. So I decided to really go with the words that pop off the page. And here are some examples of things that I got, and these are only 5. So you can see I put 171 I said no thanks to. So once you start getting designs in like this, you can give them star ratings and actually click on them and give them feedback off to the side. So he wrote something and I said, right, I love it. Yes, I really like how unique it is. So you can go back and forth with the designer even before you 100% decide on the design. And they will even make tweaks and resubmit new designs before you even got to that final stage of having to pick one. It's really, really cool. Okay, so that's a little bit of an insider's look there. And then I chose him as a winner and he sent me the original files. So now once I am 100% done writing the book, I can adjust the size of the spine. I can adjust the bio on the back of the book, whatever, put the ISBN number on there and upload it for Amazon. Okay, so let me see. Number 6, once your contest is running, you will start to get amazing designs and you can rate them and give them feedback like I just showed you. Designers will tweak and resubmit constantly to hone in on what you like. It's really cool. And then what I encourage you to do is use images of what people have done so far and create social media voting images and put all the photos that you want people to vote on in one single image. And you can use canva.com. I should write that down here. Canva.com is where you want to go. Really easy and free. So you're going to take like screenshots of the designs that come in and put them all on an image. Let me show you. Book that pops contest. I think I've got a folder. Where is it? Okay, let me show you. Okay, so one of my first ones that I did is I just grabbed a bunch of screenshots of designs that came in and I put all these on one image in Canva and then I labeled them ABC and 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a lot, but I then posted it on Facebook and Instagram and people were like, oh, I love B3 or C2, whatever. And actually, I shouldn't have even put these white ones on there because I never would have picked them. But it's like if you like that design, maybe you could say, hey, I don't want the white background. Give me a black background with a white font or whatever. Oh, I see, like this one is similar with a yellow background. So these are amazing. Don't wait until it's 100% perfect to share with your audience because you're going to get a ton of amazing feedback on things you never would have considered. And it's like not a sneaky marketing tip, but it's like a subtle pre-marketing tactic. So now people are going to feel psychologically excited about your book because they're seeing it in advance and they feel like they're a part of the journey and a part of creating the title together, or not the title, the design, but the title too. You can have people also give you feedback on the title. And then later, once you get like more narrowed down, see this one, for example, B2, I kind of liked that one, but I got a bunch of people saying it looks like it says book that poops because of the O's, which I never considered. But once they said that, I was like, I can't use this one. And actually, this is the designer who ended up winning, but we tweaked it so that it didn't look like poops anymore. So take a bunch of screenshots and put them all on one page. You can also share, like this is a screenshot from sharing from 99 Designs, but then people have to click over off of Facebook and go do feedback and stuff. So I just don't find I get as many comments if I do that. So I like to put them all in one image and share them myself on social media. Let's see, make it really clear and easy for people to vote. Do not upload a bunch of the photos separately because Facebook will show one big and then like 3 small ones and then plus more. And then people have to click through them and it ends up getting confusing. And then people are like, oh, I like the yellow one with gray font. And you're like, which one's that? I don't know. Just make it super easy for people. Otherwise, they're not going to participate as much. All right, so use the link if you want $20 off. This should be fun, get people engaged. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions beyond that. Here is the link again, and I will make this page shareable so that you can follow along with the text steps if that helps as well. I can't wait to see your resulting books. If you want to tag me at Laptop Laura on social media, I would love to see any book design contests that you use with 99 Designs, and I will love to vote and give you my feedback too. All right, talk to you later.